You don't build a career here. You get a role, money, and a price nobody explains. Gangs don't exist because of loyalty. They exist because of control, power, and money. Level 1, new kid. It doesn't start with an invitation. You don't officially join, you just end up around it. You know drugs are being sold. You know someone nearby carries a gun, but nobody says it out loud. They just tell you, stand here. So you stand, you watch, you remember faces, you see people come in, you see people leave. Some don't come back. Sometimes they ask you to pass a message. Sometimes they just want you nearby so things feel under control. There's almost no money, maybe $50, sometimes $100, just for being around and available. But the risk is already there. If police show up, you're the first one nobody knows. You're not protected. You're not official. No one takes responsibility for you. The most dangerous thing at this level is looking lost, because lost people get used first. Technically, you can still walk away, but every day you stay, it gets harder because now you know how things work. Level 2, runner. At this level, you stop just standing around. You start moving. Your phone can ring anytime, late at night, early morning, right when you thought today would be quiet. Nobody explains the details. They give you a place, a time, and expect you back. You learn fast. The fewer questions you ask, the longer you last. You pass packages, you pick up cash, you move between spots where drugs and money flow. You don't make decisions. You're the route. One run pays $50, sometimes $100, sometimes $200. In a good month, you make $1,000 to $3,000. It feels like real money, but the risk here is high. If you get stopped, it's all on you. No protection, no backup. Nobody shows up to claim you. This is where people get caught the most. First arrests, first lawyers, first real conversations about prison time. You start watching every car, every corner, every phone call feels heavy. You tell yourself it's temporary, just running around until something better comes. But eventually, you leave the house without thinking if you're coming back, because at this level, you're making money and learning that if something goes wrong, you'll be the one paying for it. Level 3, young soldier. Here, you're no longer just moving things. You're involved. You're placed near spots where drugs are sold, where money changes hands, where problems can start. Your job is simple. Keep things calm. You don't pretend anymore that you don't know what's going on. You know who has guns. Sometimes you have one too. Not for show, not for status, just to make sure boundaries are understood. You're present during confrontations, not leading them, but standing close when voices get louder and decisions are made. The money goes up. $3,000 to $6,000 a month becomes normal. Sometimes more when things get tense. For the first time, you feel important. People recognize you, respect you, or fear you, but the responsibility jumps too. If a conflict starts, you're already part of it. If police show up, you're no longer just nearby. This is where real charges begin, not for watching, not for running, but for participating. Guns, drugs, connections, they start stacking into one case. You notice yourself getting harder, talking sharper, looking longer, because weakness gets noticed fast here. The price is the illusion of control. You think you're holding the situation, but the situation is starting to hold you. Level 4, enforcer. At this level, nobody asks if you're ready. If you're here, you already proved you can go further than most. You're used for force, protecting drug spots, applying pressure when talking stops working, making sure rules are followed. Guns aren't around anymore. They're part of the system. You know where they are. And when they might be used, this isn't about image. It's about readiness. The money increases again. $6,000 to $10,000 a month is common here, sometimes more during conflicts. These are the first payments that really change your lifestyle, but the risk changes too. If something goes wrong, it's no longer minor charges. It's serious cases involving weapons, drugs, and violence. Court isn't a formality here. It's long trials, decades, or life. And if retaliation comes, there's no warning, no explanations. At this level, you notice something else. Emotions fade, not fear, not anger, just emptiness while you do what's required. People either break here or stop feeling altogether. The price is your humanity. The money comes regularly, sleep doesn't. And every day, you know there are only two ways this ends. Level 5. Oh, gee. If you made it this far, you've seen everything. You understand the drugs, the money, the weapons, and how conflicts really end. You're no longer on the front line. You don't stand on corners. You don't move at night, but you're close, and that's enough. People come to you when things start going wrong, not because you're the strongest, but because you've seen these situations before. You know where the guns are, and you know it's better if they stay there. The money is unstable. Some months $2,000 or $3,000, other months $5,000, sometimes almost nothing. You're not in the main flow anymore. The money moves past you, and you understand why. The risk never disappears. Old cases resurface. Old enemies remember. Time doesn't protect you. You live knowing the past can come back any day. You talk less, listen more, and rarely give advice unless asked directly. The price is a life spent inside the system, but normal life passed you by. You didn't become free. You just learned how to live with the damage. Level 6, big homie. At the top, there's no rush. You don't stand on corners. You don't move packages. You don't show up where problems start. Others do that for you. You control people, money, drug flows. You know where the weapons are and when they might be used. You don't give loud orders. Sometimes one conversation's enough because everyone knows where decisions come from. The money is different here. Tens of thousands of dollars a month is possible, sometimes more if everything stays stable. But this isn't money for freedom. It's money for responsibility over everything. If someone gets arrested, you know. If violence starts, you decide whether it continues. If someone gets killed, you understand why. The risk here isn't arrest. It's betrayal, mistakes, knowing too much. You can't relax. You can't disappear. Even if you want out, the system doesn't let go easily. The price is isolation. The money is there. The control is there. But freedom isn't. Otro. Every level brings more money, and every level takes more than the last. Gangs exist for power, control, and profit, but the cost is always paid by people. Most often by the ones who start at the bottom just trying to get out.